fuck are you doing here? You're not even supposed to fucking be here. What you gonna do with that?
What do we got?
One victim. Close range gunshot to the chest.
That's the wife?
Yeah, it's Vic's old lady. Says she was sleeping like a baby till she heard the gunshot.
Anything else, officer?
Yes, sir.
You done with these, buddy?
Yeah.
Good. Hey, baby, have you seen my keys?
They're not in the bowl where you always leave them?
They are. What would I do without you?
God, I can't even imagine.
I love you.
Love you too.
Keys. Good luck on that test today, buddy. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get a hold of her all day. She hasn't responded.
It's still early, honey. I'm sure she'll call you later on today. I gotta go, though. Make sure you tell me about the test at dinner, okay?
Good night.
I love you both. Have a good day. What's this? See? It's your mom right here. Hello? Wait, what? Slow down. I don't know what you're... I think they're here right now. Just give me a second.
Mr. Robinson,
Can I help you? Hold. Let me call you back.
we have a search warrant.
You have a what? Dude, you can't just walk up in my house like that. What the fuck you think you're doing?
Mr. Robinson, I need you to take a seat on that couch.
This is my house. I don't need to sit anywhere.
The couch, Mr. Robinson. Now.
You guys are serious.
Officer, get that kid out.
Son, I'm gonna need you to come with me.
You're not taking him anywhere.
Ma'am, please.
Come on, baby.
All clear.
Can somebody please tell me what's going on here?
Mr. Robinson, do you have any weapons in the house?
Yes, in my room in the safe. Why?
Do you mind showing it to us, Mr. Robinson?
Oh, you guys are serious. Right this way. It's locked in the safe. You happy?
It's not going to open itself.
There you go. Now is somebody going to tell me what's going on?
Mr. Robinson, step away from the safe. Please come with me.
This is ridiculous. Supposed to be at work.
Cuff him.
What? Cuff me? For what?
Mr. Robinson, you're under arrest for suspicion of murder.
Murder? I didn't murder anybody. Dude, what are you doing?
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or do will be held against you in the court of law.
Man, I didn't do anything. You got the wrong guy.
You have the right to an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed to you by the court. Do you understand these rights read to you today?
Man, fuck you and your rights.
Get him out of here!
Man, I didn't do anything. Let go of me. I didn't murder anybody, man. Go on.
Okay, no, there has to be some kind of mistake, okay? So just stop, please!
Hey, it's gonna be okay, okay? I'm gonna go down to the station. We're gonna get it figured out and I'll be back by dinner, okay? It's gonna be okay, son. You worry about your test, okay? Okay? I love you guys. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I love you.
We have to go.
Okay.
Mrs. Ainsley, can you tell me what you remember from the night of August 29th?
I remember it was late, and there was a boom from outside. But by the time I got to the window, all I could see was the tail end of a car driving around the corner.
Do you remember around what time that was now?
If I had to guess, I'd say 2:30, 3 a.m.
Are you normally up that late at night?
After my husband passed, I don't sleep real well most nights.
Can you describe the car, Mel?
It was dark, but it looked a lot like the car that comes to pick up that young man from across the street. That Mr. Harris, he's a bad man.
What makes you say that, ma'am?
Well, the other day, him and that young man's father almost got into a fight. He got out of that same car, come to think of it. I don't know how Rachel puts up with it, to be honest.
Is there anything else you could think of from that night? Anything out of the ordinary?
Nothing I can think of. I just feel bad for poor Rachel.
Thank you for your time, Mrs. Ainsley. If you can think of anything at all, please, don't hesitate to give us a call, okay?
Okay. You gentlemen have a nice day. Be safe out there.
Will do, ma'am. You as well.
Well, this should be easy. Why'd you do it?
Man, I already told both of you that I didn't do anything.
You heard him. He didn't do anything. Guess we can wrap this up, huh? Except for the fact that we have an eyewitness that saw your car fleeing from the crime scene the night of the murders.
It's bullshit.
Bingo. You didn't kill anyone, huh? You mind explaining to me why the ballistics on your gun that was locked in your safe was a perfect match for the slug that was taken out of James Harris?
I didn't kill James Harris. Now this is some bullshit. I want my lawyer in here now.
Look, we get it. He was a real dickhead. He probably deserved what he got, right?
Come on, man. I'd want to kill the man that put his hands on my son, too.
Man, I keep telling you I didn't do it.
If you didn't do it, then who did?
If I knew that, do you think we'd be sitting here talking right now? No. I'm a law-abiding citizen. Y'all both looking at the wrong guy.
There's the man in the handcuffs.
Man, fuck you!
You see all this aggression? That's the same energy you used when you pulled the trigger. I bet you'd like to shoot me right now, wouldn't you? And I didn't even touch your kid.
Man, don't you talk about my kid.
Man, we've seen this shit 1,000 times, man. You couldn't take it, could you? I mean, between the bruises and the tears and the fear in your son's eyes, you snapped, right? You followed Mr. Harris early in the morning. That way the neighbors couldn't see or hear you. You snuck up behind him and you pulled the trigger. Killed that man in cold blood. Then you ran back across town and laid next to your wife where she was none the wiser. Like nothing happened. Am I right? Perfect fucking murder, right? Except one thing. We have an eyewitness as well.
Do you understand what you're up against here? Do you get what all this means? Listen, we have a body, a murder weapon, and a witness that places your car at the scene of a crime. It's an airtight case. Let us help you before it's too late.
Help me? How the fuck you gonna help me? I told you I'm innocent. Man, I'm not confessing to a crime I didn't commit. Man, get the hell out of here. I want my lawyer! I'm done.
Take him back to holding. We're done for now.
You have a collect call from King County Jail. To accept the charges, please press 1.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey. How are you doing? Have you gotten a chance to talk to the lawyer?
No, not yet, but I have a meeting with him later on today.
Good. That's good. Be nice when he gets to the bottom of this so we can get back to our normal lives.
Yeah. Me too. How's Damien doing?
He's good. He's holding up.
It's not looking good, Lori.
Wait, what? Why? What are you talking about?
They ran ballistics on my gun. It was a match, and somehow they said they have a witness who saw me do it.
I don't understand. How is that possible? How could someone have seen you do it when you were here with me all night?
I have a meeting with my lawyer later today. Hopefully he'll be able to make sense of all this. But you know, this could take a minute. Worst case, we have money in savings that should be enough to keep the household good for a while.
A while?
Hey, none of that now. We won't know anything until after I meet with my attorney.
Okay, yeah.
Listen, I gotta go. I'll call you later and let you know what's up. I love you.
I love you too.
Now, I want to hear your side of the story. Start at the very beginning and don't leave anything out, okay?
There's not much to it. 1 minute I'm at home in bed with my wife. The next minute 2 detectives are harassing me, banging on my door, charging me with murder. Now I'm sitting here fighting for my life with you.
Who is James Harris? Can you tell me anything about him?
Other than the fact that he was a real piece of shit? No, not much.
Can you think of anybody that might have had it out for him?
Not really. I never really dealt with the guy. The only time I ever interacted with him is when I pick up my son from his mom's. I can tell you one thing. This isn't gonna help my case, but the last time I seen him, we got into a fight, an argument of sorts. I know it's not gonna help my case, but when that guy drinks, he's a real piece of work. But nothing happened. I just can't understand why Rachel would stay with him.
What about you? Anybody have it in for you? Try and set you up with this thing?
I don't get in the habit of pissing people off. I live a normal, basic life. But sitting here, I've been going over it, thinking of anything I can. I mean, the only incident that I did have was a guy from work. Dwayne Ellis. It was just a stupid work thing. I don't think he'd take it this far, not over a parking spot.
What about your ex?
No, she wouldn't hurt a fly. I mean, literally, she wouldn't hurt a fly. We once got into an argument, literally lasted a week, over a spider we would have killed in the house. And related to guns, I tried to take her to the shooting range multiple times. She hated it. She couldn't stomach it. She didn't even want guns in the house, so no. No, not at all. I don't think she has it in.
But there was abuse in the home, right?
Yeah.
So maybe she decided enough was enough and took matters into her own hands?
Maybe. No. She doesn't have it in her. But the one thing I can't put my finger on is how. They got a ballistic report of a gun that was locked in my room, in my safe. And now they're telling me they have an eyewitness that's seen me do it? It doesn't make any sense.
That is something that I'm going to be taking a look at. Now, look, here's what's going to happen next. They will come to us with some kind of a plea deal. Now we can take it, or we can reject it and just continue on to trial.
You want me to consider a plea? A plea for something I didn't do? Nah. I'd rather see how I do at trial.
Look, these guys are going to chew you up and spit you out. They're going to do whatever it takes to make you out to be the monster they need you to be to make this thing stick. Now, I'm not telling you to take a deal or not take a deal. What I need you to understand are the odds that you're up against, and they are not good odds.
Odds. These guys come into my house, basically bust down the door. They charge me with murder in front of my wife and my kid. My kid! On top of that, they have ballistics on my gun. They have an eyewitness. Nah, Mr. Mitchell. You tell me, really, what are my odds?
They don't care. They don't care that you say you weren't there. What they do care about are the facts, Mr. Robinson. And these are the facts. Your gun was used to commit murder. And they have an eyewitness that places you at the scene of that murder. Now, unless you can somehow prove that the eyewitness didn't actually see you there, you best consider all of your options very carefully.
Odds, options. You know what? I don't give a damn what you, the prosecutor, or the judge thinks. I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I wasn't there. You know what? From where I'm sitting, it looks like you're siding with them. So tell me, Mr. Mitchell, are you?
No. Mr. Robinson, I don't look or sound like somebody who's siding with them. I look and sound like somebody who's been here before, more times than you have. And that's something you better understand real quickly. Now that their finger is pointing right at you, they are 10 toes down to burying you alive in this thing. They don't give a shit about whether you're a nice guy. They don't give a damn about your family or about your innocence. What they care about, what they're focused on, is your guilt. Now, I have some angles that I can use to approach your innocence. But what I need most from you right now, Mr. Robinson, is for you to exercise your right to remain silent. Watch what you say on the telephone, watch what you say to your wife, and when dealing with these detectives, shut the fuck up. We're talking to you again soon, Mr. Robinson.
Hey, babe.
What? The fuck is this?
Sandwich. I thought you'd be hungry.
I'm only sweating, hands dirty. Does it look like I'm equipped to eat a fucking sandwich? You couldn't bring a fucking beer? Is this what the fuck we're doing? I'm about tired of you and your fucking shit.
Hey! Don't get off me like that.
You know what? Why don't you go in the fucking
Get off
house
of me,
and
bro.
wait for your punk ass daddy? How about that? Why don't you control your fucking children? This is the shit.
Hey, motherfucker! What y'all got going on is between you and her. But you keep your fucking hands off my son. You ever touch him again, I'll fucking kill you.
Stop! Stop!
Piece of shit. I can't believe you.
Yeah, let's see what happens next time, bruh.
What's the matter with you?
I'm gonna show you.
What? What are we doing?
Hop out.
Bro?
You about to drive. Yep. I'm serious, son. You shouldn't have seen.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. I worked hard to change my life, but it's not okay. Okay? You just promise me one thing. You don't let anybody touch you like that. If it happens again, you call me right away, okay?
Okay, Dad, I promise.
Alright. Now let's drive, and do not kill me.
Okay, Dad.
Mrs. Ainsley, can you tell me what you remember from the night of the murder?
I remember I was sitting on the couch reading a book and dozing in and out when all of a sudden I heard a gunshot from outside. By the time I got to the window, all I could see was a car speeding around the corner.
And can you describe the car for us, Mrs. Ainsley?
It was hard to tell because it was dark, but it looked like the car that comes to pick up the young man from across the street.
And do you know who owns that car that you've seen picking up that young man across the street?
Yes.
Is that person present in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Thank you. Let the record show that Mrs. Ainsley has identified the defendant. No further questions, Your Honor.
I will be brief, Mr. Burnett. You're here as the prosecution's expert witness due to the ballistic testing you did on my client's firearm. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And you can testify with 100% certainty that that is the firearm that fired the bullet in question?
Well, as you know, not every test can be 100% accurate.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Miss Harris, during your relationship with Mr. Robinson, would you describe him as being aggressive?
I wouldn't say aggressive. I'd say he was more controlling. I mean, we had our moments, but what relationship doesn't go through things?
Sure. But I want to backtrack to controlling. I assume you mean everything had to go just the way he wanted it to go. So what would happen if things didn't go according to his plan?
It would cause tension in our household. But it wasn't anything that we couldn't get through. But that's normal, right?
Normal. It's interesting you say that because to me that sounds miserable. Always being told what to do, tension building in your home until it finally erupts, just to work it out and start all over again. I imagine that must have been exhausting. I don't know about all of you, but to me that seems pretty far from normal. I would even venture to say it could be considered borderline obsessive compulsive behavior, which could be a gateway to who knows, a whole host of other emotional states that one may have to deal with. Perhaps even the idea of murder.
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mrs. Harris, your husband is known for having an abusive personality. In fact, some question why you would stay in a relationship with him, especially when he was a child in turn. Now, we've looked into James' history, and there's no shortage of people who wish him harm. For example, Ms. Smith's boyfriend, with 2 counts of sexual harassment. And maybe it could be Alexandra Roisman for the constant bullying. And let us not forget Bryce Taylor for retaliation. In fact, the list goes on and on. The only thing missing from our files is any indication that he was a law-abiding citizen.
James had a rough upbringing. Sure, he struggled in between jobs, but he did what he had to do to make sure we were good. It wasn't all violence and abuse like you're trying to make it sound.
He did what he had to do. Like stealing from drug dealers or double-crossing people who would want to kill him?
Objection, leading.
Sustained. Move along, Mr. Mitchell.
Mrs. Harris, who would you say was the breadwinner with you and Derrick in the household?
Definitely Derrick. He did a great job providing for his family in every aspect.
What do you mean by aspect?
You know, bills, rent, school clothes for Damien, sports activities. He pretty much handled everything.
Can you describe the relationship between Derrick and Damien?
Derrick would move mountains for Damien. In fact, I've never seen such a stronger bond.
So he wouldn't do anything to break that bond or to ruin that relationship, would he?
What do you mean?
Like move, lose his job, get put into jail for the rest of his life?
If you're asking me if I think Derrick killed James, absolutely not. Derrick and James had their issues, but Derrick would never take it that far.
Thank you, Mrs. Harris. No further questions, Your Honor?
So how far do you think he would have taken it to protect his son, Mrs. Harris?
I don't... Derrick loves Damien.
So it's possible that Derrick would have gone to any extent to protect his son, correct?
Yes, but
So
Derrick...
that's to say that Derrick didn't take his own firearm, drive in his own car to your house and murder your husband.
I just know Derrick would not do that.
Then what you know is different from the actual facts. Nothing further, Your Honor.
You have anything further, Mr. Mitchell?
No, Your Honor. The defense rests.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please be seated.
Mr. Robinson, you claim you were in bed with your wife the night of the murder, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Well, we ran ballistics on your gun, and it was a perfect match to the gun that killed Mr. Harris. So please explain how it is you were in bed with your wife, yet your gun was clear across town committing a murder.
I don't know. I wasn't there. Like I said, I was in bed with my wife.
That's not what the evidence shows. The evidence shows that you were fully awake, with a loaded firearm, prepared to take a man's life, that man being James Harris. Tell me, do you follow proper protocols for owning a firearm, Mr. Robinson?
Of course. I've been around guns my whole life.
So who all has access to your firearm?
Just me and my wife. The gun safe has a fingerprint code, so nobody could get to it even if they wanted to.
So it's not possible that Mrs. Robinson might have gotten access to the safe that night?
Why would she need to if she was in bed next to me? In fact, she doesn't even like guns. The only reason she has access to it is just in case of emergency when I'm at work.
This is your car, correct?
Yes.
Can you tell me why we have a witness who saw this car fleeing the scene the night that Mr. Harris was killed?
Objection, conjecture.
Let the record show that Rose Ainsley positively identified this car out of a multiple photo lineup of similar-looking vehicles.
Overruled. Please answer the question.
No, I cannot tell you why my gun in my car was at the scene when he was murdered.
Maybe you can tell me about the argument that occurred mere hours before his life was taken by that firearm registered to you.
Look, me and James, we've had our fair share of arguments. I never appreciated that kind of behavior around my son. But I also couldn't keep him away from his mother. Sometimes as parents we make mistakes. Nobody ever wrote a tell-all book on how to be a perfect parent.
And if a parent were to leave their child in a situation that was knowingly problematic and there was knowledge of prior abuse, might that be one of your mistakes? Your Honor, the evidence presented thus far suggests a very clear correlation between the escalating emotional distress experienced by the defendant and the subsequent actions in question. We intend to demonstrate that a pattern of psychological pressure contributed significantly to the defendant's state of mind, which is crucial for the court's consideration of the totality of the circumstances.
Look, I know everything in this case is stacked up against me. But if I was gonna murder James, I would have did it a long time ago. James has nothing going for him. He is okay with the bare minimum. So why waste my time? And in fact, if I was gonna do it, don't you think, I don't know, maybe go get a different gun? One that wasn't so easily traced back to me? Or maybe even park my car down the road. Or maybe think about all the consequences that would happen to me if I did go through with it. So yes, I thought about it. But I'm not dumb enough to go through with it.
You see, it's the thought that counts, Mr. Robinson. No further questions, Your Honor.
So, Mr. Robinson, you thought about killing Mr. Harris?
Plenty of times.
But why?
What do you mean, why? Because of the abuse. No kid should ever have to go through what he went through. Kids should be kids. Not have to grow up too quick because their mom wants to be stuck in a domestic violence situation. Let alone being exposed to that lifestyle. The constant drinking and fighting, random people coming in and out of the house all night. Yeah, I may have entertained it, but I never thought that my thoughts would end me in a courtroom.
It's natural to fantasize about the life that could have been.
Exactly.
What can you tell us you were watching on TV the night in question?
Yeah, my wife's coworkers told us about a new movie that was filmed not too far from here. It's called No Good Deed. So we rented it.
Can you tell us anything specific about that movie?
Yeah, it was about a army vet and a guy. Some crazy stuff started to happen, but honestly, I fell asleep before it ended.
But even if you fell asleep, you can provide evidence that shows when the movie was rented, yes?
Yeah, of course. It's on the cable bill.
Now, Mr. Robinson, I have your work files here. You have near perfect attendance, and you were recently given a significant promotion. Now, that would have been a major life-changing event for you.
Yeah. I mean, I work hard for what we have. That's part of the reason why we rented the movie. 1, because we wanted to celebrate, and 2, because we wanted to spend some time together. With the new job, we knew that I'd be gone a lot more, so I wanted to spend some time with my family. I mean, why would I throw all that away?
Why indeed, Mr. Robinson? No further questions, Your Honor.
We are outside the courthouse as tensions are rising in the case of State versus Robinson. Lawyers for both parties are ready to give their closing statements any moment. This will be the final chance to summarize their case, highlight key evidence, and persuade the jury to rule in their favor.
Mrs. Loft, are we ready for closing statements?
Yes, Your Honor.
Proceed.
I want us to think about this for a moment. You've worked your hands to the bone to provide a life for your wife and your son. You fall in love with a woman who accepts your son as her own. And together you build this beautiful, loving home for your child to grow up in. And then the icing on the cake. You're finally awarded that promotion that you've been waiting for at work. I mean, life should be a dream at this point. However, your son is still coming home depressed and distant. There's really just one thing that's keeping your dream life from being perfect. Your ex-wife's husband is an abusive drunk who's constantly causing problems in your son's life, bringing nothing but pain, drama to the peaceful environment that you've struggled so hard to create for your family. Now I want you to think about what makes more sense here. Some mystery man magically gained access to a safe that only the defendant, Mr. Robinson, has access to, retrieved the gun that's registered to the defendant, got in a car that looks just like the car owned by the defendant, drove to where the defendant picks up his son every weekend from a volatile household, might I add, and simply did the defendant a favor? All while the defendant was sound asleep. Or is it more realistic that the defendant, Mr. Robinson, simply got fed up with seeing his son living in fear, and as a parent, decided that enough was enough? So he waited for his wife to fall asleep, took his gun from his safe, got into his car, drove to his ex-wife's house, waited in the shadows for James Harris to leave for work. All of his problems were over. The defense has not shown a single shred of proof that their story is true. And so I'm urging you, the jury, to solely focus on the facts and the evidence presented in this case. Evidence doesn't lie, ladies and gentlemen. People do. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Mitchell?
Thank you, Your Honor. Join me for a moment. Now, imagine with me that you're an elderly lady. It's late at night, you're sitting on your couch, alone, dozing in and out, trying to read your favorite novel. When you're jostled by a sudden sound, you rush to the window, you look out, and you see as a car disappearing around the corner. What do? Nothing. The state's primary witness shared how she saw things unfold in the Harris household that left her afraid and concerned for her own welfare. And again, never once called the police. Now, it seems to me that if I were genuinely afraid, I would at least call the police once. And the rest of her testimony is equally questionable. She couldn't identify my client's truck. She could only say that it was similar to a large number of other cars and trucks. And that sound that jostled her awake? She didn't know it was a gunshot until so many police showed up. Let's talk about the ballistic evidence. The prosecution will have you believe that it's sufficient to say that my client did it, but there's no evidence, no eyewitness that places the gun in my client's hand, pulling the trigger the night James Harris was killed. In fact, we've given you a long list of people with greater motive to wish Mr. Harris dead. And the police interviewed none of them. And my client had everything going for him. A job that he loved, a recent promotion, and he managed all of the chaos that revolved around his ex-wife's family. Even his own ex-wife said she didn't think he did it. But the prosecution, they'll have you believe that he was willing to throw all of that away because he lost his temper. Even when his own family says that they were watching television with him that night when the murder took place. There are so many holes in the prosecution's story. And you have a decision to make. A decision to be made beyond reasonable doubt. There are so many holes in the prosecution's theory. Doubt exists. Reasonable doubt exists. And that's why you need to find my client not guilty. Thank you.
Explosive closing statements have concluded from both the prosecution and defense in the trial of suspected murderer Derrick Robinson. We wait anxiously for the jury's verdict as both sides rest their case.
All rise.
Take your seats.
Madam Foreperson, has the jury reached a verdict?
Yes, Your Honor.
Madam Foreperson, please read the verdict.
In the case of State versus Robinson, on the sole count of murder in the first degree, we, the jury, find the defendant...
It wasn't him! 4732. That's the code. Damien, order. Your Honor, I would like to change my plea.
Your Honor, I petition for immediate mistrial.
I will have order in this court. Bailiff, take the defendant into custody. Officer, please take this young man into custody while we sort this out.
You didn't do anything. Damien, keep your mouth shut.
Get him out of my courtroom.
Please, Damien.
Accused murderer Derrick Robinson is back in King County Jail as the court shifts their attention to his son as the new suspect. In a shocking revelation, eyewitness reports state that his son, Damien Robinson, admitted to the shooting and killing of James Harris. We await more updates as the defense and prosecution negotiate the next steps in this trial.
I don't want to hear anything you got to say. You go in there and you get that plea.
listen to me, Derrick.
There's nothing to listen to! I don't give a fuck what happened. That bitch is not coming for my son. So you get up, you go back in there, and you get me the plea. Fuck!
It's too late for that. This trial is finished. We can't go in there and try to make a plea. It's too late for that. But there is an opportunity here for us.
Opportunity? Yeah. What? What opportunity?
Just listen to me for a second.
Don't you fucking say it.
Just listen to me for a second, okay? I can get him out of this. The most we're looking at here is lengthy probation, some community service hours, and a bunch of therapy. I can get him out of this.
Can you guarantee it? My son, my baby, he's not gonna grow up in a prison cell.
I'm not gonna lie to you about this. This is an extremely rare situation, okay? The groundwork for our case has basically been done for us already. We and the prosecution have well established a pattern of physical and emotional violence in the home. That violence, that abuse, becomes the mitigating circumstance under the eyes of the law to explain away his actions. That then gives us the plea deal I'm talking about. I can get him out of this.
You better be fucking for sure. Do not go in there and gamble with my son's life.
I got this.
You better know what you're talking about!
Here's the bad news. They are going to require him to make a statement, and they're only going to allow his lawyer in the room at the time. But there is good news. There is a way to manage this, and nobody is going to jail today.
So, Damien, in order to do this mitigating circumstances deal and get you back to your family, I really need you to tell us what happened exactly as it happened, step by step. Okay, and just so you know, this is being recorded.
Okay, so it was a school night, and my dad picks me up from my mom's house on Sundays.
What the fuck are you doing here? You're not even supposed to fucking be here. What you gonna do with that?
How did you do that without your dad's fingerprint?
The safe has a backup PIN code, and my dad usually puts all of his passwords as my birthday, so I tried that and it worked.
What did you do with the bloody clothes?
At first, I took them off and I hid them under my bed, but then I got scared somebody was gonna find them, so I put them in my book bag and I took them to school and I threw them inside the dumpster at school.
Hi, baby. I'm glad you called. I love you.
I love you too, Mom.
Hey, babe! Have you seen my keys?
I gotta go. I love you, Mom. Bye.